And we are live. What is going on, everyone? It's your boy Johnny Dunn, and we are back with another one. Today, another epic VeVe live stream. Today, we just have one drop. It is another Marvel digital comic book drop today in the blind box format. Shout out to everyone joining the live stream today. I'm going to share my screen in just a second, go over the details for this drop. This is part one of the second comic book arc ever on VeVe. So, short term, I don't know how well these are going to do. In the short term, I don't think these are the most sought after comic books, but I do like the fact that we're getting comic book arcs on the app. I think once we get to be able to show these in our showroom, I think that's when a lot of people may want to show off that they have the full series of the first comic book arc, the second one, etc., on their showroom wall. So shout out to everyone joining the live stream today. I will be sharing my screen, going over the details together. Then I got an old school video today. It's not Thursday, but we are throwing it back to an old school video. So that's going to be fun to take a look at in just a second. This comic book today, we have The Fallen Sun, The Death of Captain America, 1 through 5. Again, this is the first part of, I believe there's 5 parts, Monday through Friday. We did see the first comic book arc already on VeVe. I believe that was Kraven's Hunt. This is the first one today. So nothing too crazy. I went over the details the other day on the live stream with the stamp drop and the Coca-Cola drop. Shout out to everyone who's able to land those or get them in the market. They are up now in the market, so if anybody wanted to pick them up, I know we had an issue with some of those Coca-Cola drops, some of the stamp drops. They weren't able to pick them up in the market or list them, but now they're all listed. So if anybody wanted to take a look, they are in the market. I picked up the Coca-Cola set. I had to. I got the Starlight right above me. Shout out to Coca-Cola. For this comic book today, we have 30,000 total editions. Nothing too crazy. It's not a super limited run like 10,000 editions. It kind of made me wonder. I wonder if we will see comic book arcs with, instead of your 30,000 edition, maybe a 10,000 total edition for each. That would be interesting to kind of switch it up and do that. I thought they may do that with the part 2, with the second comic book arc today. Not part 2, but the second comic book arc. But they kept it your standard, so 30,000 total editions. 21,000 for the common, 5,000 for the uncommon, 2,350 for the rare, 1,050 for the ultra rare, and 600 for the secret rare. I do like a lot of these covers. Here we have the common. Got the uncommon. I like both of them. Not the biggest fan of this one. This is the rare. I do like it though. The black and white with that colored flag here. I like this one actually. First thoughts, I didn't really like it, but the more I think this one's going to grow on people. I do like this ultra rare a lot. Probably one of my favorite covers of the bunch. Secret rare though, I like them all. I like all the covers on these. They're not my absolute favorites, but I don't dislike them. I do like them. And then I figured in a little bit, after I get through some comments, we could throw it back to 2021, June 6th. Shout out to NFT Pirates. The first Johnny Dunn interview. This is old school. I kind of wanted to listen to this just because I wanted to hear the difference and hear how so much has changed since, a year ago from now. I did do another interview with Pirates on his channel just recently, but I figured, you know what? I haven't watched this interview in the longest time. So I figured, why not I think around Christmas time, it's going to be Christmas. That was a legendary quote right here. I just wanted to kind of watch this one, show Pirates some love and just kind of take a look at, see what's changed from all the way back in June 2021 to April 2022. So kind of just wanted to take a look here, look at some of these comments and look at also just the video. I wanted to take a look. I haven't seen this video in the longest time. So definitely, and I think this is going to be a funny interview to watch. We haven't seen it in a while. Shout out to everyone joining the live stream today. We got Chasing Sundays. We got K Walker. We got Katsu Mashu in the building. Man, gamble yesterday with the Coca-Cola drop. Yeah, shout out to everybody who was able to get a bunch of those Coca-Cola drops. I probably would have kept going. I know Paz Manian had a day yesterday. Shout out to Paz. I think Paz locked in the full set on the drop. And he was able to get a 43 ultra rare. It's unbelievable. So a lot of people had good days. I would have kept going, but I just ran out of gems, so I didn't want to keep going for a blind box. And then just maybe get the same rarity, and then have to buy the ultra rare anyway. I did finish that set today, though. Nice. Good to see that you made the gems back, though, Henry overseas. Nice. You were first in the market? Oh, first once the market opened. Okay. Solid idea. That's the thing, Henry, you can really get a good sense of the pattern. Anytime, it all depends on how the market opens up, on how things will go. And yesterday's situation kind of made things a little bit different, kind of just delayed it a little bit. So today, whenever it opened up, or last night or this morning, whatever time frame you're in, I'm not even sure when it opened up. It looked like Henry got in there right away. So that's a good idea. Anytime you can be like the first one in the market as soon as it opens up and you can put your collectible in there, typically that's usually when the prices are pretty high. And then as you could see maybe like 10 ultra rares in there only. And that's usually when their prices are pretty high. And then as you see more and more collectibles in the market for sale, that's usually when the undercutting, little saturation happens. The prices will fall, kind of like we're seeing right now. But once they hit a bottom, if there's demand, that's usually once they start to go back up in value. And something like Coca-Cola, I definitely see there being big demand with Coca-Cola. I know this one had a little bit more editions, but again, I think that's because they know the popularity of Coca-Cola. First edition Coca-Cola. We have two first edition Coca-Colas now. One the Snow Globe. One is the actual promotional Starlight limited edition run. These comics are sick. Let's go, J.O. I agree. I like the covers on these. Shout out Chad. When you going back on Pirates? Definitely should be soon. We're going to exchange that word for a little bit. It should be in a little bit. Shout out to the Pirates, Chad, great person, OG. It's just great just to talk, share insights with each other, just check up and, see how everything's going. Definitely could see myself hopping back on there. Also, I could see myself bringing Chad onto the channel, especially with some other content creators out there. This is definitely the year that I'm going to start, branching out finally, getting some more people from the community, the live streams coming on, having a chat, just talking some VeVe, maybe come on for a drop, maybe a couple friends of mine that are still in my hometown that I've been talking about, have them come over, do a in-person interview chat, little drop day. I got big plans coming up for this year for the channel, so I think it's just going to be fun. I just want to incorporate more people. I went a full year now. It was the first time I was really doing. It really wasn't the first time because I did podcasts before, but I just didn't stay consistent with it. It wasn't really fun for me. So this is the first time where I really stayed consistent for a full year, really doing YouTube podcast style type thing, just solo, just individually. And I do it just because it's a lot of fun. I want to try to share my insight with a lot of people, share stuff that I've learned throughout my experiences. But, I think it's getting to that time where I think it'd be fun to have a lot of other people come on the channel too. I think you guys would enjoy it as well. So I'm definitely going to be excited for that. Comments. Nice, Simone. Yeah, shout out to you for getting that stamp earlier. I do want to go over a couple prices before the drop today. I'm going to go over just some of the more recent things that dropped and then also some old reliables that we got to check out. The Bitcoin, the VeVe app. We got Top Batman. I'm going to go over it right now, actually. We got Top Batman going at 5K right now. There's only 98 left in the store. Good to see that. We got the Rizzo going for 10.6K. We got the FA Joker moving up. Good to see that. Just below 700, 688. FA Harley Quinn moving up. Just under 400, 399. We got only 30 Nightwing left. 1.3K for Nightwing floor. Let's go. I love Nightwing. I'm going to go over the first set, too. I'm going to go over Becky and Joe right now. The Becky Batman from the first ever set on VeVe, 1.1K. And the Joe M Batman is 738. I definitely see that being over 1,000 soon. Let's go over the most recent drops now. I'm going to go over Batman. Stay on the Batman theme here. Good morning, Kevin. Did you see the Doggate video, Alex? I think I did, actually. From the dog that went and pressed the buy now button. Did you beat your 7 millisecond click yet? I did not. I think I got in 7 milliseconds twice. That was the second time I got 7 milliseconds. I haven't beat it yet. I haven't done it too many times since last drop, Tapgate. Took a day break. I go in like little, I can go for a few minutes and then stop and then come back to it. It's stressful though. It's not one of those things where you can kind of just nonchalant, let me try, because the whole point of it is to really get in the exact kind of mind frame that you would do a VeVe drop for. You're not going to really be able to translate it if you're just kind of like doing it regular. You kind of have to really be on to do it. Haven't beat 7 milliseconds. I think someone else got like 3 milliseconds or something insane. So it's definitely been something I'm trying to beat. But usually I try not to go for as quick as possible. I try getting it quick, you know, inside that 50 milliseconds, but I also try to get it consistent. I'm more focused on trying to be consistent with it, but there's definitely times where I try to beat it and I still can't beat it. 7 milliseconds is insane. I was so surprised that I hit the stamp and you and VeVe Vault did it. Wow. Yeah, I didn't know Vault didn't hit that. I know he's a big baseball fan though, and baseball collector. So, and I saw I'm pretty sure I just saw on Twitter. I think it was him. Maybe it wasn't him, but I'm pretty sure he just sniped a bunch of, you know, awesome looking mint numbers. I know he's a big baseball fan, so he probably understands a lot of the years that are important. But yeah, I'm glad you guys, you know, beat the drop king. I think there's a lot of fun with that. I'm surprised I missed. I thought I had good timing with that stamp too, but after seeing some people's speed, you guys definitely were quicker than me. We got energy in the building. Good vibes. Here we are again. Are you going for this drop energy? Because I've been debating. I'm still going for it. I'm just debating if I hit confirm or not. I would have to add in gems today. And I just added in gems to complete the Coca-Cola set. So I really don't want to add in any more right now. Raphael, Grandpa Batman is 239. Good to see that. Shout out to anyone who picked up that ultra rare Batman. I think it's still got room to go too, I think. We got the rare Batman at $67. We got the uncommon at $75. I know Doug Batman hit almost 100 at one point. But it's a little retracement. I think it's a good opportunity right now. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. My opinions only. We got the Jim Lee Batman Volume 3, $56. So a little low right now. We got the ultra rare Coke can. 108 is the price. $109, I should say. 109 is the floor. My mint number is 1655. Nothing too crazy. I just wanted to make sure I locked one in. I mean, $100 for the ultra rare first edition Coca-Cola, I feel like is an absolute steal. Maybe take some time, but we already seen Coca-Cola go in different platforms, so I definitely think they're all about the interoperability. I haven't had a chance to put this in my showroom just yet either, but I saw a couple other showrooms, and it actually looks amazing. The way that it's just floating in space, it really does look like it has a zero gravity. So I think it looks pretty sweet. I'm excited to add these, play around with them in the showroom. Especially the orb. I think a lot of people are going to have fun with that one. I knew right away that was going to be a fan favorite. It just looked appealing. You can just look at it, even a 2D version of that one, and it still just looks refreshing. Like, it's just something about it. The aesthetics are pretty good on that one. Then we have the Coca-Cola Creations footprint. A little low right now. $20 is the floor. I did just pick this one up. I actually saved a little bit of money by only going for one of these blind boxes instead of going hard on these, which is interesting because, I mean, a lot of people thought and I still think the bots were kind of lowering the floors. So the fact that we have real people in getting the drops now is amazing. But it's just interesting to see that the floors are still lower than retail. Like, I never understood that. I mean, I guess people have different philosophies. I guess people are just trying to go for that maybe ultra rare, low mint type thing. And then if they don't get it, they just want to try to at least get any kind of gems back for it. Which I can understand, but to me, that always just seemed like you're kind of investing backwards a little bit. But, you know, to each his own. To each his own. There's been times where, you know, if you have a collectible for a while, it's just not moving and you want to try to put it into something that is going to move a little quicker or that you want more. I can understand that. But I just never understood about the drops right away. But I think if I had to guess, it's probably just because if someone's hoping for a low mint, ultra rare, and then if they don't get it, they figure, you know, let me just try to get as many gems back as possible, which I can understand that theory. Good morning, JD. Good luck today. What do you think about the ultra rare animated Spider-Man? Is worth buying at 4K or better of a secret rare comic? Great question, Horgo. I feel like it depends what secret rare comic you go for. I think if you focus on those top 10 holy grail comics, I don't think there's a... I think something like when you focus on holy grail comic books, even if we get more holy grail comics, which I'm sure we will, the holy grails are still going to be holy grails, you know? Ultra rare Spider-Man, I love that entire Spider-Man set because that's the first ever Marvel NFT, the first ever Spider-Man, the first appearance of Spider-Man in digital premium format. That's a big one right there. And I do think as the secret rare moves up in value, the ultra rare will follow it. I'm surprised the ultra rare is only at 4K. But there was a point in time when it didn't even get to 4K, I remember. So let's take a look real quick. I'm going to go over these and then take a look at that. The orbs at $27. The Coke cans at $20. And the stamps at $40. Let's go. Shout out to anyone who got the baseball stamp. Might have to pick up another one of these. Take me out to the ball games. I mean, you guys know me. I'm a huge baseball fan. Been a baseball player my whole life. So baseball has definitely got a sentimental part of my heart. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look at Spider-Man here. I pretty much think in baseball terms, like constantly. You guys can tell by all my sports analogies and references. Anything sports related. All right, Secret Rare Spider-Man's up to 40K. Let's go. 39.9K. The Ultra Rare is at 3.9K. Such a tough call here, Horgo. I think it depends more so on which Secret Rare comic you go for. I do love this Spider-Man. I mean, long term, I may go with this Spider-Man, Ultra Rare, me personally. Short term, though, like short, medium term, you may have a better ROI with a secret rare comic. There's just a lot of features, catalysts coming up for comics that I think will explode. And especially because there's only a limited edition of these. I mean, even long term for a lot of these secret rare comics, I think are pretty safe. It just comes down to, in my opinion, which secret rare comic you're targeting. Because, I mean, if you target a random one, I would 100% go for the Ultra Rare Spider-Man. But if it's a top 10 Holy Grail, I mean, Holy Grails are going to be Holy Grails. A line gate still works wonders for me, but it doesn't work on comics. Interesting. Interesting. I mean, yeah, Simone, if a line gate works for you on the other drops, keep doing that. You know what I always say, whatever works for you, definitely keep going for it. Got that stamp as well due to your tactics. Let's go. Kevin Schimmel doing the shimmy shake, getting the stamp. I like it. Love to see it, man. I mean, I'm surprised I didn't get that stamp. I really wanted to be an original owner of that stamp, but I picked one up in the market, so not too worried, not too worried. I love that fact that I missed the drop. I didn't get the stamp, and then I saw on Twitter people were saying, "Oh yeah, trying to throw us off that you're whitelisted. You missed the drop on purpose." It's like, what? You guys are ridiculous sometimes, but that's just the way it is. You know what I mean? No matter what happens, if I get a drop, if I don't get a drop, nowadays especially, people are gonna say some kind of conspiracy. So it's at the point where I'm kind of like, I kind of like it. It's kind of funny to just hear people talk about it, but I'm trying to do things that are pretty funny too. So where if people do link my videos again, kind of like what you guys saw before, it was like my face on that Batman. I thought it was hilarious. So I'm gonna keep on doing that. I'm gonna make that like my thing basically. So when you see thumbnails of the VeVe drop, try to basically, it's gonna be like a scavenger hunt. Try to find where Johnny Dunn's face is on the thumbnail. I'm gonna try to hide it. I did on this one, but this one was like an obvious one. It's pretty much, they have been obvious pretty much. I haven't been trying to hide it, but I think that's what I'll do from now on. We got Ronnie Light. Oh, how we doing, fam? I couldn't resist this morning and grabbed the Joe Mad for $6.99. That's a smart move, I think, right there, chasing Sundays. Joe Mad has definitely been one on my wish list to try and get a second one. But right now, I haven't had the gems. I have just barely enough to just keep on grabbing the sets that I really, really want. But I haven't had enough gems to really stock up on grabbing in duplicates of the ones I still need. So Joe M for sure chasing Sundays is one that I want to lock in just because for a couple reasons. You guys know I've been so big on the first set ever on VeVe for so many reasons. It's the first set ever on VeVe. It's the first ever Batman set. I mean, you got first appearances, first editions in there. And we all know that if it's a digital collectible of a superhero or that person type thing, it's not going to be first edition anymore. It's going to be FA. So I do think those Harley Quinn FEs, the Batman FEs, I think they're going to be, historical one day. So smart move chasing Sundays. I would definitely agree with that one. We got December Bitcoin in the building. Let's just mess that one up. How we doing, fam? Hope all is well. Are you going for this drop December? If you do, I hope you get one. Of course I go for it. Let's go. Energy's about to get 82 sets today. Price predictions for the comic drop. Leo. I don't really know. I don't know how this one's going to do because it's the second comic book arc ever. I do like some of these covers. But I know individually they're not the most sought after right now. But I think long term, I think the comic book arcs could do well. Short term, not positive though. K Walker for the first time in months today. I feel that I'll be able to get a comic. I know a lot of people have been struggling on comics, so I agree with this K Walker. I think this week will be an opportunity for a lot of new people and just for people in general who've been struggling on drops to probably be able to get something good. Good morning, Orange Bag Lady in the house. How we doing, OBL? Are you going for the drop today? And if you are, which are you hoping for? Because I know you're into the arts big time, OBL. Which cover do you like? There's a couple of these that I like. I like the common, the secret rare. The ultra rare is probably my favorite out of this bunch today. If I was to guess your favorite, OBL, I'm thinking you might like the ultra rare too. Or maybe the common. I don't know. I can't guess your favorite on this one. But maybe I'm thinking ultra rare, maybe. And did you get any of the Coca-Cola NFTs? Because I think they look amazing. I know there's a lot of additions and they may not be the most valuable right away, but I still think they look amazing. Hey, man, any thoughts on the Nickelodeon Funko NFT packs? I know that's on a different platform, the Nickelodeon Funko NFT stuff. Long term, I think they could do well. I'm not sure what they're going to do in the short term. I'm not too familiar with that stuff over there. I'm a believer, though, that a lot of this stuff will probably be interoperable one day, meaning, the NFTs on different platforms, etc. I think that's the main goal in this space at the end of the day is to make a lot of these NFTs interoperable, bring them on different platforms, etc. I'm not too sure on that stuff, though, JDR, so I don't want to give my complete opinion on that. I'm just not as educated on that stuff, so. But anytime you have NFTs, licensed by big brands, I feel like you do have a good chance at surviving long term. It's just going to be tough because I do believe that it's going to be kind of the standard moving forward. Everything's going to be licensed by a big brand. Just digital collecting once that becomes a standard. But stuff like that, those older ones, like the Nickelodeon NFT pack, who knows, right? I just don't have a huge opinion on that stuff just yet. That kind of stuff, personally, I never really collected that stuff just because it didn't really interest me. But again, that's just my personal opinion. I think they still will do well. The Nickelodeon Funkos, is that on wax, I believe? I could be wrong, but yeah, I mean, Nickelodeon's a huge brand, right? Like, everybody knows Nickelodeon growing up. Bought 2 stamps in the market and also 3 common, uncommon Batman. Nice. Those are definitely a Batman I think people want. The common Jim Lee. That's the first ever Jim Lee Batman, which is kind of crazy to think about because we have the Jim Lee Nightwing. We have the Jim Lee Joker. Jim Lee's a legend. There might be one more Jim Lee Batman. Not positive. Let me check this out because I felt like there was a Jim Lee Batman. I was just missing it. But maybe I'm wrong. Let's see if I can find it. There's one that I'm thinking of. Jay Lee. Oh, okay. Yep, that's Jay Lee. Never mind. So yeah, first Jim Lee Batman. Jim Lee is definitely a legend. Do you think the stamp will go much more than 40? There is only one of these stamps. So, and the fact that this week is only comic book drops, and it's not, we don't have another huge collectible drop this week as of now, at least. I think that's a good sign for the market. I think maybe after today, a couple of days from now, if they don't announce anything, I think, the market could have a time to breathe a little bit. It's $38 right now. I do see it going over 40. There's a huge sell wall at 40 though. So it may take a little bit. That's a cool looking tab right there. Take me out to the ball game. Is that FA baseball? Good morning, OBL. Tea or coffee, my dude? Oh, I should be drinking a lot more tea, honestly. Maybe that's what I'm going to do. I may kind of substitute my coffee for some tea. Just especially because I've been feeling a little bit dehydrated, I feel like. And drinking a lot of the coffee, I feel like definitely does that to me. So, I mean, now that you just said that, OBL, you're kind of making me want to change it up a little bit. A little Tea-gate action for these drops. Maybe that's why I didn't hit that the stamp the other day, because I didn't use my coffee gate. I was doing Coca-Cola gate. I think I had the coffee for the stamp though, but I may have to switch it up. Go tea gate, drink some tea. Any thoughts on today's drop, Kent W? My thought process on this one is, unless you are trying to go for the comic book arcs, unless you're trying to put a lot of these comic book covers, like the artwork on these covers in your showrooms, I'm not too sure how valuable these would be right away. 82? No, I'm on 84 already. Wow, let's go. Next time I talk to you, Energy, you're going to say you're at 90. Are there any sets that you haven't got yet that you're about to finish, or that you've been trying to finish or wanting to get? Because 84, I feel like that's almost all of them. But I know I've seen people with like 10 something, 104 maybe. So I know there's probably about 20 sets maybe that you don't have yet. I was just trying to see which ones you still don't have, if you were trying to complete them, or you're just chilling right now. 82 is still a lot, or 84, I should say. Yeah, happy Monday, everybody. Is VeVe your only NFT play? I've tried other NFTs, real talk. I got into a lot of other projects, just trying to feel it out. I tried a lot of stuff on OpenSea just to try to, get familiar with that platform back in the day. And I mean, especially with the other platforms that popped up recently, I've tried them out, try to see, what I like about some of them, what I don't like about some of them. After everything I found, I still love VeVe the most. I think I still have a couple NFTs from other platforms, and I'm just waiting to sell them. I don't really have too many NFTs on other platforms that I'm hodling long term. I would love to sell a couple of them, but we'll see what happens. I do think I'm most invested in the VeVe app. I just like it the best. And a lot of times, real talk, I want to say this too, because I'm not sure if you popped on the other live streams when I talked about this. It's so easy for people to paint narratives, especially these days. I hear it all the time. JD is just saying he loves VeVe because he's all in on VeVe. And it's really easy to paint that narrative. But I think that's for people who want to try to pull others down to try to make themselves feel better. Anytime I hear that, I just look at them and say, you probably have no idea how I even began VeVe, right? Because if anybody really understood or did the research or became educated on how I found VeVe, I was promoting VeVe to the world. Told Gary Vee about VeVe, how big it's going to be, how amazing it is, how I thought it was going to be the #1 platform before I spent $1 on the VeVe app. It's from March 1st, 2nd, telling the world. I didn't make my first purchase until March 3rd. So, and like you can look up the comments from March 1st and 2nd, even before that on some other platforms. But yeah, VeVe is my #1 play for sure. Absolutely. What it do, LJ? But again, that's just my opinion. I think other NFTs out there on different platforms can definitely survive and do well. It's just my opinion that I think VeVe's the best, the most fun, and I think probably the safest play. But again, everyone has their own opinion. So, and if you're collecting on other platforms too, I'm rooting you on. You know, I want to see. That's the other thing too. Like, I want to see digital collecting become mainstream. I want to see people get into digital collecting on other platforms, because I've always said, I think the more that people get into digital collecting as a whole, the better it is for the entire space. 30-minute warning from VeVe, because at the end of the day, VeVe is going to have something for everybody, and everybody's a fan of some things. You got 29 minutes and 30 seconds to the drop. So the more people get into digital collecting, the more people are going to find VeVe and find something that they like. So that's why I would say I root for other projects to win. I want everybody to do well. Individual unopened packs. Yeah, I believe that's probably a huge thing. Like, anytime someone first brought up the HRO project and asked my thoughts on it, I said, I think it'll probably do well. It was just when I was looking at it, the thing, they didn't really interest me, so I wasn't really the biggest into it. But I always said, if I was into it, I would definitely buy a lot of packs and keep them unopened. Majority of my packs would probably be unopened digitally, just because I do believe that's where a lot of the money was going to be. Like, if I had, say, if I bought 10 packs, I would have only opened maybe a couple of them and kept most of them closed long term. It's crazy because we saw that end up being the play. And I said that before I even understood really what was happening. It was just something that my gut feeling was on that. The uncommon looks epic. Oh, okay. So you like the rare. I think you like the rare the most. Okay. I should have known. No Coke for me, but they are super iconic too. Love the orb so bloody much. Let's go. I thought you would like the orb. Yeah, the orb looks refreshing. Something about it. I think it's just the colorway and the animation on it. It just kind of inviting feeling, Even this colorway was nice. And this doesn't really look that appealing right here in 2D, but in the animation AR, I think it looks amazing. I agree. Just stopping to show some love. Not going for today's drop, but good luck on those who are Season 3 OG. Appreciate you big time. Absolutely mental, dude, that it's been this long already. March last year feels like years and years ago. It's insane, right, OBL? I've always said it's so weird of a feeling because it feels like just a couple months ago, but at the same time, it feels like 3 years ago, right? I've never had anything really that felt like, oh yeah, just a couple months ago, we were all in VeVe, and I'm like, just a couple months ago, it was 2022 already. A couple months ago to me, it feels like April 2021. But at the same time, when I think about it, about that feeling, about that time, it's like, it feels like it's years ago at the same time. It's crazy feeling. Did you see Raphael Grandpa tweet? I did see a little bit of this. I think the VeVe fan welcomed him in. I think he put out a tweet and it kind of confused a lot of people. Let me see if I can find it. He kind of cleared it up though, K Walker. I gave him a follow. He's got 22,000 followers. Yeah, okay. So he did clear it up. Shout out to Raphael. He's an amazing artist. And I think a lot of the VeVe fam followed him and, is probably into his work now. All right. So he's the one who made the Batman, the ultra rare Batman. And he came out with a tweet and said, and that's how I found out that my Batman black and white statue became a digital collectible and was sold for $376,000. But I guess a lot of people were thought wow, how does that happen? But he cleared it up. He said, no, not upset at all. Just sharing my surprise. It was commissioned by DC Comics years ago, and they own the IP and rights to reproduce it in the way they want. So he understands, there was nothing illegal that happened. It was just, he was probably surprised about, that's how he found out. So again, I think he understands too, probably, that it's kind of like Todd McFarlane Batman, Todd McFarlane, I don't think he gets a cut of those sales that happen with the Batman, but it's Todd McFarlane. His name is now immortalized, right? His brand just grew that much bigger and will grow with VeVe's growth. So I think that's what's going to happen with a lot of these artists, is that their brand will actually grow as VeVe grows with them. Oh, we got Punch in the building. Top of the morning, JD and VeVe fam. Afternoon, all. How we doing, everyone? Just got back from T-Mobile, and I got a new 5G internet connection. Let's go. Man, you should be crushing the drops now. Also, Punch, one thing that I did, way back when I was saying about getting a new computer, but they told me the people from Best Buy actually gave me probably the best advice, the most clutch advice ever, because I would have wasted so much money and would have put me in a huge hole. It was just a blessing. And he didn't even have to do it either at the store, because he basically saw that I was about to spend all this money on a new computer, and he was like, you should just call your internet provider and tell them to upgrade it and then see if that works first. And I was like, all right. And then little did we find out, I went from like a 0.1 gig, like terrible internet, to a full gig up and down. I didn't even know what that meant, but doing the speed test and everything, it probably, it made a little bit more sense to me. The upload speed, download speed. So I have a full gig is what they say, up and down. That's probably why my internet's so fast. I think I have the physical version of this comic. Oh, that's cool. Physical and digital, they go together. They promote each other, And that's the other thing. I think a lot of people in the comic book world right now, if you own a comic book shop, etc., I think the people who adapt to this new age are going to be way ahead of the curve, because there's going to be a lot of people who are stuck in their old school ways who may think, oh, I don't want to get involved in the digital comics, or, it's just going to hurt my physical comics, etc. And that, I feel like, is the wrong mentality. I think people like Elite Comics 11, they understood exactly what was happening. The digital is just promoting the physical. The physical is promoting the digital, and vice versa. They promote each other. I would have never gotten this comic book if it wasn't for VeVe. I wouldn't even have thought about getting a comic book, So I think it's only the beginning too. What you see happening too in a lot of these stores, comic book shops, just collectible shops, they're restocking a lot of these Batman black and white collectibles, a lot of others, because they see what's happening with VeVe and the demand and everything. And like I said, it's just beginning. Can you imagine VeVe on year 5? Like year 5, we're probably going to be on like season 20. Can't imagine what's going to happen. I hope VeVe can do something close to this. You buy literally a blind box and can sell it blindly would be fun. I agree with this, K Walker, and I think it's probably something that'll be in the works in the future. An actual blind box, have like the animation of it. They've talked about that before, to where they may have like an animation of a blind box opening up in a showroom type thing. And maybe at that point, once they get onto that stuff, maybe that's when you can maybe decide to leave it closed, leave it unopened, and then you can sell that unopened blind box. I love that idea. It's probably what I would do with a lot of my blind boxes, because I know I would obviously keep a couple, but I know how many people love those unopened boxes, and I know how premium they can sell for. So I would probably keep a lot of my stuff closed. I'm gonna hit a secret rare. I can feel it. Shout out to Lee Wong. I think this could be a huge opportunity for a lot of people to get a secret rare. Yeah, I'm really, really impressed with the Akomi team, VeVe team, the Coca-Cola team, because the way they made the colorway, it looks amazing. Just even on the Coca-Cola bottles itself in the physical world, the colorway is just amazing. Purple and orange go well together. It's like an inviting. See, what's crazy is they're so at the next level to where they're probably hiring psychologists to say, what's the best colorway that's going to draw in people? I mean, stores like McDonald's, etc., they have certain colorways, not by accident. They didn't just say, this is my favorite color. Let me go over this. Everything is strategic. Everything they do is about keeping customers in their store. And so I think a lot of it has to do with the colorway, or why they made the colorway they did on the Coca-Cola cans. It made me, absolutely be invited into it. And that's the feeling that they want to kind of give you. So I think they absolutely crushed it. Let's go over all the important stuff for today's drop. Let's go, Punch. So are you talking about how to get the drop? We're going to go over all the important stuff that you want to go over. We can definitely do that. All right. So one of the main things I like to do, first thing, is close out all the apps I'm running on my phone. If I have Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube, Discord, what else? Coinbase, whatever. I would close out all your apps you're having on your phone right now. Unless, of course, you're watching the Johnny Dunn YouTube channel. But then I'll bring up the VeVe app. Again, another thing that helps out that you probably can't see right now is nobody's on my internet right now in my house. My parents aren't on the internet or anything, so I'm the only one using my internet. So that definitely, I feel like, helps out. The next thing I like to do is go to my profile tab on the VeVe app, where you see store, collection, feed, market, profile at the bottom. I'll go to profile, go to my settings, go to my files, remove all downloaded files. Now, this is big, especially if you've been in your showrooms, because anytime you go in your showrooms, you're adding your collectibles, you're downloading those files to your phone. So you can delete those files, remove them, and then you're not deleting your collectibles. You're just deleting that downloaded file. So when you make a showroom again, you're just going to have to download the file. But for these drops, I remove them all. I feel like that just speeds up my phone a tad bit more. And then we're going to the store tab. And at the store tab, things can begin. Now you did all the pre-stuff that I do. I don't really do anything crazy. Just some simple stuff there. And now we can go into the drop. Now, when you go into the drop and scroll down, you'll see the timer here. So we got 18 minutes, 40 seconds left. This is exactly where the buy now button's going to pop up, right where that timer is. Sometimes the timer's here and the buy now button's already up. Either or, it's the same principle. The buy now becomes clickable, or it pops up 1 second after 0. So real quick, we'll go over a quick example. I'm just going to act like there's 0 minutes left, 20 seconds, 19 seconds. Again, I like to try to start my press a little bit before I see buy now. So I'll show you exactly when I would start my press. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Buy now. I probably would have got that one right there. That was perfect. So again, I am not going to sit here and wait for buy now to pop up and then click, because by the time your finger gets from here to here, you're going to be too late. And one other thing that I like to do is I'll probably be on this page, be on this drop screen, all the way up until about a minute left. Once I see a minute left and it gets down to 0 minutes and like 55 seconds, I'll hit the store tab, come back out, scroll down, and see how that stayed at like 25 seconds for a little bit longer than usual? I would back out, come back in, and that was perfect. As long as I see 17 going, or as long as I see it come down in order and not lagged at a number, it's ready to go. I feel like it's in sync and I'm ready to click. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Buy now. I probably would have got that one, or maybe a little soon, but I think it would have been perfect. So again, that's me just backing out and coming back into the drop screen menu. And if I do that and I see it maybe lagged on a certain second, I'll back out and come back in again, because I feel like the timer kind of gets a little bit messed up. Sometimes I've seen it even skip. Sometimes I've backed out, came back in. I felt like it was good, but then you'll see it go from like 28 to 25 or something crazy. Skip a second, 28 to 26. I'm like, whoa, what's happening? I've only seen that happen once. Usually it'll like lag on a second, but backing out and coming back in within a minute. Some people like to do it within like 10 seconds. I always say the closer you wait until 0, the riskier it is, the more you're playing with fire. I like to do it nothing less than 30 seconds, because we all know the app could crash. Something could happen, and you want to kind of give yourself enough time if something like that happens. So I like to do it with like 45, 50 seconds, and then it should be good to go. And then you're ready to have your hands start to sweat, your heart race, jump like crazy, because the adrenaline gets crazy. Now, one last thing that I think about that I don't usually talk about, which I'll definitely talk about right now, is after you do the backing out, come back and forth, and you got like 30 seconds, counting down, you're going to start to get anxious. You're going to start to get a little nervous. And so how I'm able to like control myself, especially, all right, as you see it. So I start thinking about like 10 seconds to go. There's 15 minutes and 12, 11, 10. I start counting down in my head and my body and breathing with the seconds, like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Bye now. So counting down with the seconds, like with your breathing and everything, helps you slow your heart rate down. Because there's so many times I've been too anxious, too nervous, and you're going to click too soon. So try slowing down your body, your heart rate, and getting in that zone, because you will get nervous. Even on a drop that's not even that important. It's just when there's 3 seconds on a countdown, 3 seconds to go in a game, nerves come up, So it's all about staying calm, controlling your breathing, and getting in that zone. Then you can have like superhuman alien speed. I really think that's a crucial aspect of it. Because even on drops like a comic book drop that's unimportant, I still get nervous. I still get anxious. So, I mean, if I get nervous and anxious, I'm sure other people do too. So, how we doing, Chris? How we doing, brother? Good luck on today's drop. Hopefully you get an ultra rare, secret rare, something crazy, maybe a low mint. Dave Nelson, Green Goblin. Good morning, fam. Good morning, Green Goblin. Price prediction from you. A lot of people asking price predictions, Doug. I'm not too sure on this one. I don't think this is going to be a holy grail. I don't think this one's going to do crazy numbers right away. I think this is going to be a good opportunity for a lot of people who maybe never gotten a comic book, maybe never gotten a drop before, to try to get something. Secret rare, secret rare, secret rare. Let's manifest in December. Let's go. If you do go for the drop and you do hit confirm, I do hope you get a secret rare. Morning, JD. I also have the 1 gig download internet from switching also from like 1 MB upload. What a difference it makes. Wow. Yeah, absolutely. And Zach, you can probably do streams now a lot better on your YouTube channel, right? That's the main reason why I did it. And I think it's definitely probably helped out with the drops too. But there was a point in time, you're going to see, I didn't even get a chance to watch this interview with Pirates. I brought it up. It's like an hour long. I've been just talking this entire time. That's hilarious. We're still going to watch some of it though. But you'll see, I probably didn't lag at all in this video because I was using my cell phone at the time. I wasn't using my computer. And so my cell phone gave me enough power to make it so I could do the StreamYard. I could actually live stream. I think we were using StreamYard. Maybe it was something else. Maybe it was like a Zoom. But either way, I mean, there was another one back then to where I was using my cell phone because my computer literally just couldn't handle it. This is like amazing how it is right now because I couldn't go longer than a couple seconds without it lagging. Once in a while in my streams, you'll see the lag to where it doesn't match up with what I'm saying, but it only lasts like a couple seconds. So that's why I don't mind it right now. And again, I'm pretty sure it's just because my internet's amazing, but I don't have a strong enough laptop right now. But once I do get a good computer, I think the streams will be flawless. So Zach, let me know. Have you noticed a difference with your internet in doing the live streams with people doing like StreamYards and stuff like that on YouTube? Yeah, Black Suit Spidey. That's going to be big time. You have the physical too? That's awesome. Yeah, definitely get that graded. That'd be awesome. K. Walker said, I was never a fan of collecting, but VeVe made me a collector. I came in to flip money, and now I'm broke collecting. Shout out to K. Walker. That's kind of what VeVe does. And that's kind of David Yu's, goal in this, to kind of show people how much fun collecting is, right? How passionate people can be, because instinctively, everybody's a collector. VeVe just brings that out in people. It started with like caveman days back. They were collecting rocks. And that's kind of how it all started. And then, stamps became a huge first thing that people really collected. And it just grew into everything. I truly believe, kind of like what David said, humans are instinctively collectors. And apps like VeVe really brings it out in people. And I think a lot of it has to do with these brands, brings that nostalgia feeling in premium digital format and augmented reality. So you can take it out of the app and now interact maybe on a golf course with your favorite superhero and stuff like that. I mean, it really... feel like it touches a spot in people's emotions that's a little bit different than usual. Like for me, when I see a Tiger Woods collectible drop on VeVe in his red polo and augmented reality, I'm going to the golf course every day and putting that augmented reality golf swing of Tiger right next to me and just filming both of them and then literally just studying the differences and trying to just recreate Tiger's swing, you know? I know everybody kind of has their own golf swing, which is definitely important to stay on your own swing. But I've always been someone to try to copy, you know, the best swings in the world, especially these days because my swing got all out of whack. I got in bad habits, so I'm trying to get it back. But that's something I've been dreaming of doing, taking a Tiger Woods collectible in 3D augmented reality, taking it to the golf course, you know, filming behind me, my swing, Tiger swing, have it go in animation. Like, I can't wait for that. We got C Rios in the building. How we doing, C Rios? Let's go. And the thing is too, like, there's gonna be, you know, probably financial opportunity in here. I'm not a financial advisor, not financial advice, but it comes with it, you know. What is your favorite comic you like on this drop? See, Rios, are you talking about all the parts, part 1 through 5, or just this drop alone? We got 9 minutes and 4 seconds to the drop. I like the ultra rare or the common or the secret rare. I like them all. The rare grew on me. I didn't like the rare initially, but the more I look at the rare, especially with that flag in color on top, it kind of just, I like the rare a lot more than I originally did. I like them all. I like all the covers on this one. The common, the uncommon, the rare, ultra rare, and secret rare. I like them all. I don't absolutely, it's not my favorite covers, I don't think, but I like the ultra rare. I'm still gonna say ultra rare is probably my favorite. Let me try to bring it up real quick. Yeah, this is my favorite one, the ultra rare. 8 minutes to go. I think maybe after the drop, I'll put the Pirates video on. Nice. I'm stacking up for immutable. That ultra rare looks sick. I do like the ultra rare a lot. That's probably my favorite one. Yes, the back out is key. I really do think the back out is key. Android timers always lag. People don't get it. Even for the iPhone, you know what's crazy is that it probably does affect the Droid a little bit more. But for some reason, it happens to the iPhone too. I don't know why. Maybe. And also, they usually bring updates to the Android kind of first, and then the iPhone, iOS will get it. So I wonder if Android is like their default mechanism. If it is, I guess that would make sense why the timers kind of lagged once in a while. I do think that's a huge factor. Because there's been times since I record, my screen record most of these, when you screen record, you can see in the top left corner your timer. So when I'm going back and like watching film, I'll sometimes look to see when does my clock turn 11 compared to when does the buy now pop up. And it's always a little different. Like it always is. Sometimes I'll see it turn 11 before buy now pops up, and then vice versa. So I feel like it's always slightly just off. So I think the more you back out and come back in, not maybe the more, but when you back out and come back in, sometimes you just get a perfect alignment, like in the time. It's just synced perfectly, and sometimes it's not. I did 5 milliseconds on today on Tapgate. Wow, Tucson. That's, you beat my high score. You should screenshot it. Now, again, I want to say I do believe it's about trying to stay in a rhythm. So that's amazing that you just got 5 milliseconds because that's so fast. But I think now, since you can get there that fast, try getting like 2 in a row now. Try getting 3 in a row. I feel like that's the key. If you can get 3 in a row, you're starting to get your body in that groove, in that zone. Even just 2 in a row. 8 in a row is like impossible. I haven't gotten 8 in a row ever since that time on the live stream. I was in the zone. That's why I posted so many times, because I don't think people realize how hard that is to do. Cheap drops are every time a good chance to get cheap MCP points. Facts, energy. There's going to come a time where nothing is cheap because everybody's trying to get MCP points to try to get that future drop. We're going to see how important MCP points are in a little bit. And I think once that happens, all the rare comics, all the ultra rare comics that are like disgustingly cheap will seem like a huge opportunity, I believe. I would 5-minute warning. Yep, 4 minutes and 50 seconds left. I would say good comic for showroom and MCP points. I agree. Did you see the Tiger Woods NFT on DraftKings? I did see this, Kent W. I didn't see the prices, what they're going for, but I know a few people from the VeVe fam were grabbing them. And I think on autograph.io too, he dropped. I didn't get any of them, but I think they're going to do well. I don't see them not doing well, especially someone like Tiger Woods. We know Tiger doesn't have, 20 years left to play, right? So I think the moment he officially retires and he's done for good, those NFTs will probably skyrocket in value. But again, people will call me biased, but it was just one of those things that those NFTs didn't interest me enough to really spend money on. I think they will do well long term, maybe even short term. I think those NFTs will do well. But I want like what VeVe has. When a Tiger Woods drops on VeVe, I'll be ecstatic. Or even if it was a Tiger Woods, on a different one in 3D augmented reality, I think that would excite me and interest me. But I want to see it drop on VeVe really bad. Yeah, absolutely. Great question here. Johnny, is there any websites or subscriptions to see VeVe graphs and charts of the different collectibles? Amazing question. I think this is something where a lot of people may be interested in. So, you have a couple of them. Comey Wiki is a great website, track your vault value and everything. You may have to pay for the charts now, but Omi the Clown did an amazing job on that website. Also, Cherry Charts has a chart subscription thing, I believe, too. You can find Cherry Charts on Twitter, YouTube. I'm not sure if he's on Instagram, but those are two I know of. And I'm sure so many other people have charts out there. Who else am I thinking of? I'm not sure of anyone else off the top of my head, but there's definitely amazing people out there who spend the time, make charts. And that's a great thing to look at because a lot of new users may come in and they don't know what prices were before. So they don't know if they're buying at all-time highs. Maybe they're buying at a great opportunity, low price right now. So I think if you're new, definitely tune into maybe Cherry Charts or Comey Wiki. I wish I had more people off the top of my head right now. But those are two that stand out to me right now. And good people too. I feel like they're definitely good people. You may have to upload the app, J-Hove, or update the app. And then once you update the app, go to your collections in your showroom and hit the add button. And then once you hit add, that's when you'll have the empty space option. Or you'll have the actual showroom option. 1 minute, 50 seconds left for the drop. How we doing, Robin J? Hey, how we doing, fam? Miss Rose, good luck, good luck. Yeah, this one may not sell out right away. I'm not too sure. Johnny West Coast. If I get this one, I would have to add in gems. We got 1 minute, 23 seconds. 5 minute, guys. Wow, 346 milliseconds. Holy cow. In a row. Robin J, those are the lowest times in a row that I've ever seen before. I haven't even gotten that many low ones before in a row. All right, minute left. Let's cheers, everyone. All right, record. All right, so this is where I'll back out. And it's going down perfectly. We're from 47 to 46 seconds. So mine worked perfect. These are VeVe exclusive covers once again. So if these come out like cheap, like $30, like some other ultra rares, I do believe that's a steal. Just may take some time. 25 seconds. Like even my hands are sweating so bad right now. I have the clammiest hands when I get nervous. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Right now, I got it. I got it. All right, I'm going to try this process of getting more gems. Don't look at my password. I wasn't going to confirm this one just because I don't know if it's probably not going to sell out right away. But I just kind of wanted to see what would happen if I added gems on the drop. I've never done it before, so this is just like kind of my opportunity to just add in a quick 10 gems. Let's see what I get. Low mint, huh? Low mint, ultra rare, secret rare. 3-digit secret rare. Anyone talk gating? Let's go. Good mint. Low mint. Kind of. Not really crazy low, but 4,753. Smells like a secret rare. I wonder what K is going to do today. Is K going to give Duckgate? K probably got creative with this one because he probably knew this one's not going to sell out right away. Wow, it did sell out. Wow, okay. Let's go. I thought this was going to be something that stayed in stock for a while. All the editions have been allocated. Okay, let's go. What's up, VeVe fam? Been traveling for work and finally here again. Let's go, Zombie Freak. The stream can start right on time. How we doing? Miss Rose got a dub. She's been killing it. I don't know what happened, but she's been on fire. Simone got a dub. Super Simono got a dub. Zombie Freak. Do you guys know each other? Simone? Super Simono? Energy got a dub. Fernando got a dub. Kevin got a dub. It's raining dubs. Let's go. Did anybody miss it? Got it and threw it back. Okay, Green Goblin. Solid move. I don't think that's a bad move at all. I was actually surprised that it did sell out. I was trying not to give a, downplay this, make it seem like it's not valuable at all, because you really don't know. But I kind of had a feeling that this one wasn't going to sell out right away. So this one surprised me. I wasn't about to buy it. I was about to just see if I could get it and then just let it go, kind of what Green Goblin said. But then I was like, you know what? I have been waiting for an opportunity like this to just try to add gems mid-drop to see if I can. And it worked flawless, so that's good to see. Wow, that's a good number. 69, let's go. This is a good-looking number, odd-looking number. 20,031. Shout out to Kevin Schimmel. I kind of like that number, though. Kind of looks like 2031. Wait, what was the password? You got to enter the password to get whitelisted on VeVe. That's what people are going to say. I guarantee it. Watch, I'm going to get a secret rare, and people are going to say, see, look, on this video at this time frame, he entered the password to get whitelisted. I hope people do say that. It does feel like I got a secret rare, though. This was just for me to enter like the gems on Apple. 2542. Everybody hit. Isn't that surprising? It actually sold out. December, you got a dub, right? Crypto K got 2. Smart move, maybe. Got 2 dubs. This is what I thought, Super Rush. First one of the set, probably do the best of 5. This is what I thought of the first comic book arc. I was wrong about this. I actually got the secret rare of the first part, thinking, people are going to want to have that first part of the first comic book arc ever. And I think we are actually right, but I think that's longer term than what we initially expected, because I don't think the individual comic is that valuable. And I don't think people are going to be really that into the arc until we can put them in our showroom display 1 through 6, 1 through 5 on our showroom wall. Maybe rent out the story to people. I think that's the stuff that'll probably help that grow, especially once we see like the 4th, the 5th comic book arc. Having the first one, I think, will be a big deal. Three dubs, got a 3-digit mint. That's solid. FM, shout out to you. 5,200. That's a great mint right there. I know a lot of people are into collecting this kind of mint number, Ken Penguin. I know Alex from the Omi Fantasy Football League. Let's go. He was the commissioner. Not Alex from the VeVe team, but Alex from the community, the VeVe fan. He collects 2 digits with zeros at the end. Technically, this is kind of like a 2-digit mint number. and I always say to people, collect stuff that you love. He loves collecting these types of mints, and right now it's kind of like a niche, but I believe in the future it'll probably become something that a lot of people like to collect. So that's the one thing I always say, collect the things that you love, because you never know when you're going to be ahead of the curve. Got one big dog. I hope you get your first secret rare, Joshua Tran. Dub, detected, CryptoCade. That's how you get detected as a bot. What did Simone Biles say? You don't get to see your mint number, though, because you don't see the green truck. When you get the drop, as soon as it says processing payment, back out and press buy now. Again, repeat. No, yeah, this is definitely how you do it. In the beginning days, this is like the trick. A lot of people didn't know how people were able to get multiples. This is like the OG drop trick right here. Because we were all rushing around like trying to get as many as we possibly could. And so when you get the drop, as long as you see the money getting taken out of your account, you can exit and then go back and get even more. But as long as the money comes out of your account first. Let's go. Zach got 2. The Palace is crushing it. People are crushing on the 4-minute rebounds. Oh, Reina missed it. Wow. Missed the rebound or missed the drop? Miss Rose is crushing it. All right, let's watch a replay of my drop real quick. All right. Five seconds. Three, 2, 1, 0. Bye now. Yeah, I got that. Let's go. Do one more time. I felt like I had solid speed right there. 3, 2, 1, 0. Bye now. Solid. Not the quickest, but definitely quick enough. I actually got 5 comics using that method just on drop. Holy cow. I'm surprised this sold out. I'm actually really happy. Let's go. One of my favorite songs. This is going to be my theme song. What a banger. Chris OG, Chris Bull, got a dub. Secret Rare, Big Time Machine. I'm feeling it. Some of these mints just look like Secret Rares. All right, while we wait for the drop to come up, we probably won't get to this whole video because it's like an hour and 30 minutes long, but I want to at least watch maybe half of it, and then we can watch half tomorrow. This whole week may be filled with like old school throwback only videos because I kind of want to just see how much has changed, you know, with our thought processes. We may say stuff that seems crazy. I'm sure we probably said stuff that we anticipated to be here by now, and it's not here, and that's okay too. Seeing a lot of people saying their device doesn't meet requirements. Maybe they're being detected as bots for buying too quickly. If so, I probably would have got one. CryptoK, this just happens randomly sometimes, I think. I know a lot of people have gotten this message to pop up. I'm not sure what it actually means or why, but I'm pretty sure it's just randomly, because it doesn't always happen around drop times either. It can just be randomly sometimes. So can't get back into the app. Says I don't mean security requirements. What can I do? Oh, wow. Okay, J.O. Interesting. Have you tried closing out the app and everything and come back in? Interesting. And I would definitely make a support ticket. Let them know like your account name and everything, how, because then they'll come in and review the account, make sure nothing's been going wrong. I know a lot of people have been having some kind of an issue. I would say make a support ticket and then try to log back in and see if you can do it. If not, interesting. Let me know how that goes for you. Uninstall, reinstall the app. Green Goblin, smash the like and enjoy your day, folks. Green Goblin, appreciate you as always for tuning in. Shout out to you for grabbing the drop, but then kicking it away. Could be a good decision. We'll see what happens, but good to know that you were actually, you're actually able to get a dub. Got dubs on 2-minute rebounds, people. They were real now. Let's go, Kent. Was this your first rebound? Because I know how impossible rebounds feel or seem until you actually get one. It's an amazing feeling when you finally get one. It's like it's real, you know. Same happened to me. Delete the app, delete the app and reinstalled, fixed it. Shout out to December Bitcoin for that app. I got the security error after the drop 2, reinstalling, fixed. Wow, let's go. All right, let's take a look. This is a funny one. Now, again, this is me using my cell phone, and I could really barely hear, but I don't even think you can really notice it. It was just a little bit uncomfortable for me because anytime I'm on my cell phone doing an interview, I feel like you're not really engaged. You're not like into the convo as much. It's a little bit harder as opposed to like being it up on a big computer screen.
When I heard that, I was like, all right, man, I'm here with Johnny Dunn, musician, golfer, master collector. He's the coolest cat on VeVe, and just thrilled to have him here, man. Yeah, man, appreciate you, man. What an intro. I appreciate that big time. Yo, super jealous of you, man. I saw that you got shouted out by Dan Crothers or something like that. Man, when I heard that, I was like, Dan, I love you, the whole team, man. I've been grinding hard, man, on VeVe. Like, I've been putting so much work trying to grow my following when I first found the app and everything. And just to hear that acknowledgement from him, and it just felt, I was like, oh my gosh, that's all I ever wanted to hear. Like, my life's complete on this.
One thing funny about this is, see the microphone right here? This, because I was on my cell phone, this is like a fake microphone. Like, it's real, but it's just not plugged in. Like, there's no reason for it. So I had it up in the video to make it seem like I was talking through it.
Bro, and he knew you too. He was like, oh yeah, Johnny Dunn, big shout out to him. Like, he's a big deal in the community. I was so jealous. I was like, holy, I've got to interview Johnny Dunn tonight. Like, nah, man, Chad, I appreciate that. You guys are going to get there, man, 100%. They tune into all the YouTubers. That's what's so cool about this too, is like, you can tell they're tuning into everybody who's making content. And so they definitely know the Pirates, man. They know you guys for sure. I appreciate that, man. And it's like you said, man, it's crazy how much Akomi is involved in the community. Like, they don't even have to be. There's so many big YouTubers that can pull in that have 100,000 subscribers, but they're like, man, we've got like just under 1,000 subscribers, and they're like, let's retweet their videos. I'm like, this is insane. Like, we would have went nowhere if we didn't get the support from them.
Absolutely. And honestly, it's one of those things that separates them, bro, because
It does.
other companies don't do that. And like the transparency with them, they're actually involved. Like it feels so good when, and they don't even just like do it to a couple people. They do it to everybody. Like, so like everybody feels involved in the community.
Yeah.
And I think they know like that's what feels so important to people. And the transparency, you see Reese and Trevor get on the AMAs each week. Like nobody does that. I know. That,
they kind of also talked about how they don't want to bring up too much of their team on AMAs in the future, just because they know competition's trying to take away a lot of their, people that they have on the team. So that was back when they would bring up a lot of other people on AMAs.
Like that's amazing. They're taking time out of their day to do that for free, just to get in touch with us, and it feels amazing because we're investors too. At the end of the day, and we want to hear what's going on, and it feels good, man. I feel like it's the dream team, bro.
Yo, and it definitely is. Like, and man, even like that comment that you wrote on our video, the Master Collector video, bro, a comment came back. I don't know if you saw it. They're like, yeah, we're always watching. Right under your comments. I was
wow,
like,
I didn't.
Yeah, it's like, holy jeez.
That was actually a legendary comment, because that was the moment where I saw that they took VeVe from my bio. That's why, obviously OG term has been here for years and years and years before VeVe, but I tried to bring in some like swag, some culture to it. So where I put in my Twitter bio VeVe, and I left a comment saying, I think the Comey team's watching our videos and everything, our profiles, because I think they might have not stolen, but started using the VeVe term, and they said they watch everything. I was like, let's go.
They got like FBI agents that work for them, man. I swear.
They got to, man. But see, like that's also where they pick up the little tips, and because they want feedback too at the end of the day. So because we're so new into this, man, 4 months in, like that's the thing that I realized too. I forget because I'm new into crypto sort of. So crypto people are usually used to things booming in 3 months. Like, why is it not dollar right now? And so I think like they're just on the ground floor tapping in with people, tuning in to see like where's people's mindset. And that's what you got to do when you're just beginning, to get people's feedback. And I think it just feels amazing, dude, because they're watching, they're tuning in, and it feels good like giving parts of the community and then seeing them take things that maybe you said or stuff. And like I think I mentioned like the OG thing before. They might have snagged that from my Twitter bio.
Yeah, they said they did, dude. That was the comment. They're
like, that's what I mean. That's what's so cool about this, is because like that's why I would say do things you love, because you never know when you're going to be ahead of the curve. That's just stuff I love doing, saying I'm VeVe, embrace it, and I didn't know that was going to start a whole phenomena, trend, see where things go. But like, that's what this community is so great at. Like everybody in the community, like we're seeing now with the showrooms, the comic book cases that we tried making, like we create fun things and they're just watching, seeing it all happen and develop. And they'll take things that they like and, probably laugh and chuckle at the things they don't like, but thought were funny, like just an amazing family we're all part of.
They're like, yeah, they definitely did. So, and even like, bro,
that's after that. That's awesome to know that.
Yeah, like even the OG status, like we always say OG collectibles, like, a lot of people are talking about like a beta badge and like, man, like everything that people discuss, like they're really like filling out the community and making it theirs, right? So it's super crazy. Like it's insane. Like I said, like, man, we started this friggin' YouTube page with 13 subscribers.
It's crazy.
And we had like 3 videos out, and I was just having fun with it. And then all of a sudden, like,
yeah, you guys grew quick, bro.
Yeah, it was crazy. And I was like, man, like, and there's obviously a need for it. And that's why I was like, man, I needed to pull Johnny Dunn in here because, I know that you're like a master collector. I know you got all the lineup. And I was like, man, like, I need to just pick this guy's brain, talk about sleepers, talk about what's on the app,
Yeah, man, definitely. Well, I got blessed, man. I feel like the world just revolved around the perfect time for me finally in my life. And I just found VeVe at the right time, bro. And I was so close. No one really understands how close I was to stopping at 3 collectibles.
This is the thing that's so true. Most people don't realize this, because that's another reason why I'm so excited every single day, because I get the chills when I'm just thinking about this right now. I know how close I was to stopping at 2 or 3 collectibles, and I know that would have ate me up. And not even just because, you know, there's tons of people that just stopped at 3 collectibles, and that's perfectly fine because there's so many opportunities to this day. You know, you can come in, stack golden moments right now and make up for it. But just because I had that conviction, I knew I saw what this was. I saw how big it was going to be. So if I didn't pounce, if I didn't, you know, talk to my mom about, I really think we should go all in on this right now, I would have just had so much regret built up in me because I just saw it and I didn't pounce on it. And so every day I wake up, it's in the back of my head, like, I'm so grateful for everything that's happened because I know nobody else besides my mom knows how close I was to not even doing any of this. So every day I just wake up and I'm like, holy, it feels like a dream because it feels like it was a fork in the road. I haven't had a fork in the road moment like that since I chose to pick baseball over golf when I was 11 years old. This was the second fork in the road moment for me. And I decided to go all in.
Like, probably besides my mom. Shout out to my mom. She's
Shout out to
the only
Mom.
person that knows, like, I was like 90% sure. I got 3 Batman. I'm gonna, you know, I think this is gonna be something big. I'm gonna just stop. Because I didn't have that much money, man, you know, like, but I kept reading, kept researching, kept digging, and I didn't stop. And every day I was like, wait.
This is a real B&H customer story. Steph Mandis came to B&H to take her photography to the next level. She's an artist by choice, pizza maker by birth, and B&H customer for life. Am I missing anything here?
Teacher, entrepreneur, product designer, and a photographer. And a restaurateur. I forgot that part.
Impressive. Steph, I gotta be honest, I don't know where to look first. Is that a microscope?
Yeah, that's my trinocular axiolab, and that's what I use to make bioart.
Bioart?
It's like just something else was just like, no, this is different. I got to keep going. This is big. Kept buying more, a little bit more, kept buying more. Next thing I know, I'm like, oh, wait, complete the sets. I found the white paper. I was like, oh, my gosh, this is way bigger than I ever anticipated. I didn't even think about getting Omi. I was like, I don't even know what Omi is. Like, I'll just stick with the collectible side. And then I started digging. Shout out to the Sandman, my boy. He found... Well, he didn't find it. He showed me how to get Omi and everything. Like, he stayed up for 5 hours with me. He's like, dude, I'm not going to let you not get any. This is going to be big. I was like, okay. So I'm repeating. I'm new to crypto, so to get this on BitForex, etc. I'm asking, like...
I literally was on the phone for 5 hours with him. It probably only took about 3 hours, but obviously we were just talking about everything. And it's crazy because I already had probably about 7 Todds at this point, retail. And I hung up the phone and I was about to just max out everything and get about 20 more Todd Batmans because they were selling out finally at this point. And as soon as I hung up the phone, they all sold out. And I was like, no way. It happened. They're gone. And mind you, I was already all in it. Like I had 7 Todd Batmans for retail, but I was like, you know what? I made the mental decision, say I'm going all in on this, and I was about to just rack up, rack up some debt real quick. But it was just crazy because I got into Omi at that point. So either way, it worked.
Like repeating questions, like what is the spot account?
Right. Why do I have to transfer from my wallet to the spot account back to the spot account? Like it's so much.
I was beginner, and also because of all this. And how involved I am now, it makes me realize, oh man, when real collectors get in this is a wrap. This is over. This is to the moon and beyond because it made somebody part of the masses who was not a collector, who's not into crypto, and now look at me, like I'm deep into it, like
bro, 100%. That's why I was like, this guy's a musician, he's a golfer. I was looking at your Instagram, and I was like, and then I'm like, he's also a master collector. I'm like. Like I don't think Omi expected like to get guys like you right away. Like you would see that like that would happen more long term, right? The big players come in, spend a lot of dough, but you're in it early, man, which is amazing. Like
right, bro. And it's one of those things where I just trusted my gut so much, man. And I was in the position to do it because I've been living at home with my parents, so I wasn't moved out. I'm not like strapped for cash in that sense. Like I'm not living on my own. I've been trying to grind and do kind of the background. I got a teacher's degree, but I've been using that as like a backup plan in my life. And so because of that, the grind, man, is what allowed me to find VeVe. Like if I was taking a teaching job, there's no way I would have found VeVe.
Right.
No, so like the fact that I found this early, and I felt like I always had vision in my life. But
what's crazy is that Man, like a lot of my childhood friends, you know, after college, I decided not to take that teaching job right after college, not to move out, to stay home because wasn't really passionate about that. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to just go do that because that's what my parents wanted me to do. And like everybody else, go take a job they don't really love and move out. I didn't want to go that route. And so I was living at home for a few years. And that's when a lot of people, my friends I grew up with that did move out, that did go that route, they're trying to make fun of me to make themselves feel better. Oh, Johnny's still living at home. Ha ha ha. Now he's rapping, right? It's like, so by the time I got to finding VeVe, and I'm telling all my friends that just got done making fun of me for years, I still told them about VeVe and the opportunity. And subconsciously, I knew that they would just make fun of me, but I also knew where this was going. So I would have the last laugh. So I was telling them, I was like, buy all these VeVe NFT Batmans right now. And they were just laughing at me. You went from living at home to rapping to now buying digital Batman? Like, Johnny, you lost your mind. And so I'm sitting there laughing like, all right. I didn't have to tell these people, you know, they just tried making fun of me for years for making music, for living at home, right? I didn't have to tell them, but I knew telling them they would laugh at me. And then fast forward a year, and now they're asking me when they see Disney TikTok NFTs going viral. I'm getting messages. Is that the same VeVe app you told us about? Like, and what's crazy is that it hasn't even started yet. They're eventually all going to hop on VeVe, maybe when their kids start getting on VeVe another year or two from now. And it's like everybody here in VeVe right now is so far ahead of the mainstream. When digital collecting becomes the standard, when digital collecting just becomes normal to people, and it's not like, what's an NFT? We're going to be years ahead of the masses. It's unbelievable. Shout out to you guys for finding VeVe this early and understanding where this space is going. Because this is like when people are saying digital music streaming, that's going to be a fad. I want to hold that physical, tangible CD. Think of how popular CDs are today.
I was always the kid that people made fun of, like, crazy idea. What are you talking about? You're stupid. But it's like this, like, validated everything, man. It's like it was just a blessing at the right time. I was able to get things. It felt like printing money. I was buying like all these unicorns for $15 in retail in the store. I'm like, wait, I got more and more. These are FAs.
Bro, I hate that because I'll find a good use case to buy anything. I'll be like, okay, it's not FA, but it's the first unicorn to have 2 horns. Oh, there's a little spot on the leg. That could be a misprint. I'm just like, I'm literally buying everything I can, you know?
Yeah, I'm going to call it right now. I think I found the single biggest productivity hack of 2021. It's this Google Chrome extension called Speech.
Is the market up in yet?
We're so early, you kind of almost have to. Like,
Yeah.
Like, that's where I got confused. Everything seemed too good to be true. Everything was in the store. And it did take a little bit for me to realize, I was like, wait, first edition, this is exactly what I just learned about. Because before March, before February, like I said, I wasn't a collector, so I didn't even know what first edition meant. Like something so simple.
This sounds ridiculous to hear now, but it's the truth. And that's also me being self-aware of all this stuff. I didn't know. Like, I was part of the masses that couldn't understand what an NFT was for months. And then I found VeVe. So like, I understand. I was part of the masses who just didn't get NFTs. So like, I understood. If I know it now, the whole world will. Because I was part of the world who didn't know.
Like, I found my Pokemon cards and people were telling me, like, yo, these might be a couple thousand. I'm like, what? I was like, so I dove deep in the rabbit hole of that. Why is this expensive? Why is this valuable? So I just learned that at the perfect time to find VeVe, and it all made sense, man. It was unbelievable.
That's so cool, bro. And I'll be honest, I'm super jealous of your ultra rare Dragon Girl, bro.
Oh, dude, that's one of my favorites, man. You got a couple that I was saying that I'm jealous of, too. The Professor.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, my God, do I drop another 1,000?
Yeah, exactly. I bought another prop this morning, bro.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Is that your second one?
Yeah, 2. I got 2 of them now because it was on auction and it was like only $1,400, and I was like, for 450 editions, bro. I was like, man. But again, like the ultra rare Dragon Girl, I'm salty about it because I had such a bad drop experience. I was like, my phone froze, and I was like, and I knew there were 900 gems at one point. Now they're 1.4K gems, and I'm like, oh, like I should buy in, but I don't know. I'm salty about it, bro.
It's tough because you have so many options out there. Like I decided to buy my second ultra rare Dragon Girl when Ritmo was $700 the night before it turned animated, and I was like, I wanted another Ritmo because you probably got another professor for the same reason.
Yeah.
You're attached to it, and you know it's good money, so you're going to want to eventually sell it for big, but you don't want to sell it, so you had to get another one, right?
You got it. I'm like, at least I could sell that one off and hold on to the other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's how I felt with the Dragon Girl. I was like, and Ritmo, I was like, oh my gosh. Ritmo was just something about it. I knew.
Shout out to Ritmo too, and everybody was holding the Ritmo. I did get eventually a second Ritmo after this moment, and that's what I used to sell to get Walt. So like everything really worked out so perfect.
Gonna be huge. I think shout out to the Gale. He said something about like
shout out to the Gale.
He didn't know what the teaser was going to be with animation. He said something about unicorns. I was like, it's got to be something with Ritmo, and it went down to $700. And I was like,
oh,
pounds. But then I was like, no, I'm just going to get a second Dragon Girl. And I just pounced and got a second Dragon Girl. Next day, Ritmo gets animated. It's 1,400 and went up to. I was like, oh.
It's so frustrating.
Crazy.
Bro, I hear you.
I'm surprised Ritmo's still not high.
Dragon Girl, there's something about the gold. Like, I've always been someone who wanted, like, something like gold and, like, real gold in my life. I've never had that much money, so I always wanted something that was gold. Yeah. And now I can have one of those, two of those. In my
Market's still closed.
Dude, I'm starting to.
Bro, that's insane. I know you did that awesome interview with VeVe Flipper, and I was like, he says it perfectly. Like, you walk into your house in the VeVe verse, and you got your two Dragon Girls on your driveway. Like, game over.
Yeah.
Game over, and then you got Ritmo just chilling.
Shut up, Ritmo. That's enough. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good thing that Flipper mentioned because it may take a year or two to get there, like how we're imagining it, but maybe not. Maybe it takes 6 months to get that first iteration, like they're talking about, to where
more like a year or two.
With those Dragon Girls, because we kind of can still in our showroom, right? Like,
true. And bro, you know what's so funny? I don't know about you, but I get so many questions about what people should do. Like all the time, people are reaching out to me, being like, "Hey, should I trade this for this? Should I do this?" And I'm like, man, as much as there's like objective statements, like first edition, first appearance, I'm like, there's also a lot of subjective stuff. Like, if you just think something looks badass, like you're just gonna buy it. Like, who laughs, right? Like,
and that's the thing too. People are gonna look to you because you got a big influence in the community too. So they're gonna ask you like, "What should I do here?" Yeah. But I've been saying the same thing. It's almost depending on your situation, is what I say. So like maybe you're someone who wants to go after the master collector and what you think that might have to. So you may chase sets. It may not matter what the mint numbers. You just want sets.
Right.
But then there's some real OG collectors who are like in the physical world, like I know you, and so mint numbers matter a lot. So if you get the first appearance, like I know Crypto Khaki, shout out to Crypto Khaki or the Todd Father, he was saying he got like the first appearance of the Supergirl. So like I know that mint number, that's going to be a lot to those collectors too. So
right.
I feel like the situation and what you're kind of going after, and once you figure out and you're kind of self-aware of what you want out of it, you can kind of go from there.
I totally agree, and like that's the thing. There's not one like right way to skin a cat here. Like there's so many different ways that you can approach it and be successful. And like for me, my personal game is I'm just going over after the OGs, like the Rizzos, like the Profs, Terry Dodsons, all those, because I'm just like I just want to have those for clout. Like I just like long
These are one.
You got to put the shades on for the video.
This is what I keep saying to people, man, because it's the way
These are the same ones I had in the video.
Okay, it's February 2022, and we may be on season 4 or season 3, and people are like, "Wait, you have all these sets from season 1? How'd you get that?" And it's like, I believed early, man. Like some people.
Objective statements. Like
I talk about February 2022. We just passed that.
First edition, first appearance. I'm like, there's also a lot of subjective stuff. Like, if you just think something looks badass, like you're just gonna buy it. Like, who laughs, right? Like,
and that's the thing too. People are gonna look to you because you got a big influence in the community too. So they're gonna ask you like, what should I do here? Yeah. But I've been saying the same thing. It's almost depending on your situation, is what I say. So like maybe you're someone who wants to go after the master collector and what you think that might have to. So you may chase sets. It may not matter what the mint numbers. You just want sets.
Right.
But then there's some real OG collectors who are like in the physical world, like I know you, and so mint numbers matter a lot. So if you get the first appearance, like I know Crypto Khaki, shout out to Crypto Khaki or the Todd Father, he was saying he got like the first appearance of the Supergirl. So like I know that mint number, that's going to be a lot to those collectors too. So
right.
I feel like the situation and what you're kind of going after. And once you figure out and you're kind of self-aware of what you want out of it, you can kind of go from there.
I totally agree, and like that's the thing. There's not one like
This part's
way to
huge.
skin a cat here. Like there's so many different ways that you can approach it and be successful. And like for me, my personal game is I'm just going over after the OGs, like the Rizzos, like the Profs, Terry Dodsons, all those, because I'm just like I just want to have those for clout. Like I just like long
These are one.
Yeah,
like this is what I keep saying to people, man, because it's the way I see it. Like, okay, it's February 2022, and we may be on season 4 or season 3.
Season 3.
And people are like, wait, you have all these sets from season 1? How'd you get that? And it's like, I believed early, man. Like, some people.
It's exactly what's happening today. Now I'm going to say, can you imagine what's going to happen in April 2023? People won't believe that you have sets from season 1, 2, and 3.
Some people are going to pay big bags just to have a whole season 1. Like all the sets. I don't have all sets in season 1. I think I have, say if there's like 17 sets in all season 1, I may have like 15 out of 7. I'm missing 2 or 3, I think.
That's like us too. Yeah. Bro, that's legit.
In total now, but I don't have the Harley Quinn one. I don't have that one from season. I don't have the Ghostbusters, and I don't have the Powerpuff season 2. So those 3 are from season 1.
Hey, I thought you were gonna say you didn't have like. I thought you were gonna say just one of the collectibles from Powerpuff season 2. They're gonna be like, I have a Donnie, bro, and I was gonna.
That's what I didn't have. That's one that I regret not picking up before it blew up. Was the Donnie. I could have got that probably for like cheap. I don't know. It's one that just never interested me. You know, it's one that I wasn't interested in Donnie, let alone the mints, and I really should have. I should have just picked it up just to say I have a Donnie right now, you know? But I was blessed to be able to go all in and get the ones I did back then. Like I got the 7 FA Jokers, 7 FA Harley Quinns. I got 6 or 7 FA Todd McFarlane Batmans. I got the 6 or 7 Joe M Batmans. Like that stuff I knew. I didn't know Donnie, so like I wasn't comfortable going all in on stuff like that. But man, I probably could have got that gold Moogly for cheap too back then.
Donnie, I'd be chilling.
Yeah, I wouldn't even care. I would like trade my whole collectibles in just for like one Donnie and just hold the Donnie, bro.
Yo, I had a question about that. I was going to ask actually how you thought of Donnie. Do you think Donnie's going to continue to be like number 1 sought off after collectible, or do you think when we have a couple million on the app, do you think it's going to kind of flip flop and go for like a Rizzo since the Batman has a bigger audience, or maybe not even a Rizzo, maybe the Gold Moogly, say, or something else that has maybe a little bit bigger fan base? Or do you think it's just Donnie all the way out?
So, to be fair, I think, man,
this is a good question. I didn't.
Batman has a bigger.
It's one of the collectibles from Powerpuff season 2. They're gonna be like, I have a Donnie, bro, and I was gonna.
If I had a Donnie, I'd be chilling.
I wouldn't even care. I would like trade my whole collectibles in just for like one Donnie and just hold the Donnie, bro.
Yo, I had a question about that. I was going to ask actually how you thought of Donnie. Do you think Donnie's going to continue to be like number 1 sought off after a collectible, or do you think when we have a couple million on the app, do you think it's going to kind of flip flop and go for like a Rizzo since the Batman has a bigger audience? Or
this is the scarcity versus popularity debate back in June 2021. Wow.
maybe not even a Rizzo, maybe the Gold Moogly, say, or something else that has maybe a little bit bigger fan base? Or do you think it's just Donnie all the way out?
So, to be fair, I think, man, because Donnie only has 150 made and VeVe took the first, 16, what is that, 134 in existence?
Yeah.
And I also think that it's just so unreachable, for most people. I don't know, man, I know that Neo the One, shout out to him, he did a $27,000 purchase, and, Akomi retweeted that.
27K on the Donnie. I think it was 30K, right? Pineapple said. The other thing is, too, that I think about Donnie is that it's probably going to have an extremely high floor just because, like you said, there's probably going to be only 100 in circulation. But it just comes down to the fact of, whales will pay it, just to have that clout for that status. But it's just so hard for, a person who may just have that amount to pay for one collectible, a Donnie, as opposed to think of how many, FE, FA Batman or FA Jokers they could get. I think it's going to come down to demand and popularity. But those floors with scarce, limited editions, even if it's not a popular comic or collectible, I think they'll always maintain a high floor. But it just comes down to how liquid that those floors can be at times. But either way, you know, amazing season One Piece.
I was like, yeah, and I'm like, bro, I'm Canadian. Like that would be a $40,000 that I would, and I'm like, yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's what my entire account's worth right now.
yeah, exactly. Right, so I do think that like Donnie will be this like kind of like saying Voldemort in the future. Like you just be like, it's the Donnie, bro. It's the Donnie. Like,
right. I was thinking about too with that is since there's only like maybe less than 100 in circulation or whatever or about that, the people they're just holding on to it. They're going to explore easier than say something that's like a Rizzo where it's going to take 1,700 people to set the type thing.
Exactly, and like I know
Market's
it's
still down.
Locked. I know, like you know, it's like this really crazy, unique, rare collectible, and it's kind of like comical in a way too because it's not a Rizzo. It's like this little magic, you know, unicorn. Like I think that's almost like the funny part about it is like I said to my brother, like I could see rappers, bro, having like the Donnie in a song. Like VeVe does become like worldwide. Like rappers be like, yo, I've got that Donnie. Like you know,
The DeLorean.
Big night tonight.
I could definitely see all that happening.
The curtain is up, and the spotlight is on you.
We're gonna cause never.
This is only the beginning.
I'm vengeance.
Shoot up! You just see the little rainbow unicorn just flying through the air, knowing that's at least 30K.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, oh wow, like you know, yeah, bro. But you know, Rizzo, like the crazy part about Rizzo to me is like I think there might be like future iterations of Rizzo. So for instance, like you know, you talked about your Nightwing today, or the review you did recently, and it's like you know, you got 2 of those, and I'm like you said, man, only you know the only one in the black and white 100 series. You know, it's super crazy. Jim Lee is like world renowned, like in terms of artist. Like the detail on it's impeccable. So I really feel like that, like there'll be like, I mean, I don't think expected to go to a Rizzo price, but it could be like the little brother, you know what I mean? Like eventually it might get there.
Right, absolutely. I see the same thing happening. And those are the things that I didn't even know when I'm going into it. I didn't know who Jim Lee was. I didn't know who Marlon was. I didn't know any.
Just to show you, like, think of what I know now compared to, I was part of the masses who saw this just a couple months ago, didn't know NFTs. Imagine what the world's going to know about NFTs in a year or 2 from now.
Buddy, bro. So that's why I said like it mentally drained me because I had to learn crypto, I had to learn VeVe, I had to learn collectibles, I had to learn artist. Like I had to dive deep down the rabbit hole. So now people are like, wait, there's no way you just got into this March. I'm like, dude, I haven't done anything else besides this since March.
Yeah.
Like there's a point where I was golfing. I'm trying to do something with golf too, and
Still on the
there's a
grind.
point where I'm golfing like 3 times a day, like practicing in the morning, coming home, evening, at night. And since March, all of March, I didn't go pick up a golf club. I was just VeVe, research, YouTube, Google, Alcon, who. I'm going all over the place, just like because I had to have confidence in order to put this kind of bread in. And so I'm researching like crazy, like it's my job. I felt like it was a whole nother
semester of college
or something.
Oh my god, I knew I was gonna say that because that's exactly what it felt like. I told people, I told my mom, I told my parents, I told friends, I was like, I just did what felt like a year or 2's worth of learning in 3 weeks. People were like, yeah, okay, Johnny, but it's like I didn't sleep, I didn't leave my house for 3 weeks.
Like, it was, but I loved it though. I found Bitcoin in like 2012, and I was just like, I'm too hard headed. I was like, $50 a coin. I thought about it, nah. So,
Yeah.
That was another huge learning curve. You know, I wish I dove into Bitcoin back then. It was at the point where it was $50 a coin. I told my dad, I said, we should just buy a couple and forget about it. But back then, it was not easy to buy. It was not a app you could just go to Coinbase and boom, buy it. It was a lot different back then, but I didn't go through with it.
I wish I went down the rabbit hole then, bro, because I'm obsessive. When I get into something, it's like I love it.
Yeah, it's true.
But
Bro, and I think you did well here, man. Like I think this is one of those things that like, you know, like just like imagine those like when Bitcoin holders had like their stuff and they're like, man, I've got 3,000 of these, they're worth nothing. But those guys that are just like, you know what, man, I'm just gonna hold it. If anything happens, like bro, AMC, like I don't know if you've been following that. Like I have a lot
of friends right now who just did it.
Bro, I had like $50 or something of AMC, and like okay, like I would have made what $400 of that. But my point is like I was just like, it's gonna go nowhere. Like, and I sold it. If I would have just waited 3 months, and that's what I'm like banking on VeVe. Like that Rizzo, like that we both got. Like I've got a 278 Rizzo that I spent like
man.
Yeah.
You gotta tell people
Sub 300 Rizzo. I wonder if Chad still has it. He might have got rid of it and bought back in. I'm not too sure. I'm gonna use it as leverage to get something else, but I'm gonna pause it right there. We're like
you need. You gotta do it fast.
Yeah, I spent like
It was like 20 minutes in. I can't see that far without my glasses. Sunglasses will come back once I get my contacts. About 20 minutes in. I'm going to leave it right here. We're going to just watch pieces of this video next few days, along with this week, because I just kind of want to, break up the live drops all week. Wow, so much brighter now without the shades on. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, facts. Rimo's definitely a sleeper. I mean, it's the first. The reason why I was so big on Ritmo too is because I definitely believe that one day we're still getting static collectibles right now. Once in a while they'll be animated and dynamic, but eventually we're going to move to mostly dynamic animated collectibles on the regular. So I believe once that happens, Rimo's going to be looked at as like legendary because that's the first fully animated one. And the reason why I think they did it with Ritmo and we're able to update that is because Tokidoki was VeVe's first ever license that they got. Simone Legnu, the co-founder of Tokidoki, met with David, and that was their first license. He saw the vision with VeVe early on. So I think they were kind of able to customize things and stuff like that from that brand because of those reasons. Rimo Yacht Party, let's go. I'm definitely down for that. Anyone with a Rimo can go to the Punch's yacht. Facts. I mean, 5 years, this will be all legendary stuff. 5 years from now, it'd be insane. Market's still down, so I guess I'm just going to hop off the live. I was hoping it would... Maybe there's issues all week long with the IMX. Market's up. Wow, okay, maybe not. Maybe there is because I still don't see it in the market. Mine isn't delivered yet, and we still have about half the comic books still need to be delivered. So I kind of do hope. Market is open, you're right, Gary, but I don't see it in there just yet. And I doubt I clicked right at the perfect time as it opened. Wow, maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Secret Rare is $185 is the price. There's only 16 of them available in the market. Shout out to everybody who put it in there early, trying to get it off near 1,000. I still don't have mine delivered. Ultra Rare is at $74 right now. The Rare is at $16. Wow. Look at that price difference. Rare seems like a steal right now. Rare is only $17. The Ultra Rare is $65. The Uncommon $749. And the common is just below retail $550. Never understood why people do that, but hey, to each his own. For me personally, for the other comic books this week, I probably will just try to get it, see if I can land it, work on the drop timing and everything. But I probably won't confirm them later on this week. Today, I just wanted to... It was the first time ever where I would actually add in gems during the drop. I just wanted to see the process and make sure I understood everything that was happening in case that does happen in the future. But... I know, man. Couldn't believe that. That's kind of one thing I wish I did do early on was just stack the Donnies. Like... Can you imagine? Energy, my Ritmo is 856. Let's go to the yacht. Wow, I kind of want that Ritmo from you, Energy. I have a lower mint number Ritmo, But 856 is the area code of my hometown. So that mint number means a lot. Let me show you what my mint number is for Ripmo. Might be able to do a trade one day, Energy. My Ripmo is 530. So I have a lower mint. And what's crazy about this is it says I paid $22.99 for retail, but I didn't buy this one from the store. This one was actually sold out when I found VeVe, and I did a trade with someone for this one. So only one other person owned it before me. But yeah, I would like that Ripmo Energy, so maybe we could trade one day. It's both 3 digits. Mine's a little bit lower mint, unless you absolutely love 856 mint number. But I'm going to go over these comics one more time today. We got 29 secret rares now available, down to 140. Once we have that master collector program and people realize, or they hear again, that you're getting 6 points every single day for a secret rare, I think that's going to give value to even the ones that may not have the most demand or popularity. Got the ultra rare down to $49.99. Got the rare still at $17. I feel like $17 rare is a steal. Uncommon $6.88, and the common is $4.98. Yeah, I'll keep it in mind. Why not? Yeah, we'll have to figure something out in the future. I may ask for a little something extra. Not too much, obviously, but maybe we might be able to work something out. I paid later on in the market for my 855 gems. Still under 1K, though. Not bad at all. What's the price right now in Ripmo? It doesn't have to be anytime soon. It's not like something it's a must-have, but that number definitely stuck out to me. It's definitely something I do want in the future. Unicornos, Ripmo. I can't believe Ripmo's not over 1,000. It's 690 right now. If anyone looking to pick up a Ripmo, now it could be an opportunity. Let's go. We got MJ Wilson. I think he just did an interview with NFT Pirates not too long ago. And just saw him letting go of Ripmo. All right, guys. I will be signing off, though. Appreciate you guys for tuning in today. Awesome live stream. Shout out to all the dubs. A lot of dubs on the chat today. Anytime we see a lot of dubs, a lot of green trucks, that's always great to see. I think this will be a good week for a lot of people to get a drop. I don't think it's going to be the most valuable comics all week long. But, again, I think it's going to be a good time to practice your drops. Maybe get a drop if you guys have been struggling on them, haven't been able to land one in. And also, I think this is a good opportunity for the market to breathe a little bit. Maybe we see some things pump because we don't have a big drop announcement or anything. So it's going to be interesting to keep an eye on the market. I do think some things could go up because of that reason. Have a good night, JD, and everyone. Absolutely. So appreciate you guys big time for tuning in today. You guys can catch me on the live stream tomorrow. I'm going to be working every single day this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Probably leading into this weekend. I mean, they haven't announced anything just yet for this weekend's drop, but usually that's when we'll have some kind of collectible drop, especially after a long comic book arc weekend or week. It'll be fun to see what they got planned. Until then, I'm signing out. It's your boy, Johnny Dunn.